Here's a surprising one. Never accept food or drinks from strangers in India. Now you might be thinking, well, isn't that common sense? But let's dive a little deeper into why this is especially important in India. India, with its rich culture and warm hospitality, can be a paradise for travelers. But, like any other destination, it has its share of safety concerns, one of which revolves around accepting food or drinks from strangers. These could potentially be spiked or might not meet the health and hygiene standards you're accustomed to. It's not uncommon for tourists to fall prey to scams that involve spiked food or drinks. Moreover, you might also risk falling ill due to unfamiliar ingredients or preparation methods. This advice doesn't mean you should shy away from the country's delectable cuisine. By all means, indulge, but do so in reputable establishments or from trusted sources. So remember, keep it safe and polite, but never accept food or drinks from strangers. Coming in at number 9, never leave your belongings unattended. It's easy to get swept away by the vibrant colors and bustling crowds, but remember, your belongings are your responsibility. Whether you're navigating through a busy market or resting at a serene temple, the risk of theft or simply misplacing your items is always there. So, let's make sure your memories of India are filled with joy, not regret. Always keep an eye on your belongings, because losing them could quickly turn your trip into a nightmare. The 8th rule on our list: never wear revealing clothing. Now, this is not about fashion policing, but rather about respecting the cultural sensitivities of the place you're visiting. In India, modesty in attire is appreciated and can save you from unwanted attention. Dressing inappropriately can even offend some locals. So when packing your suitcase, opt for clothes that cover more rather than less. Remember, when in India, dress modestly to respect the local culture. Number 7 is a critical one: never drink tap water. This isn't just a casual caution, folks. India's water infrastructure varies greatly, and tap water can sometimes carry health risks. It's a reality that affects both locals and travelers alike. So, what's the solution? Always opt for bottled water or water that's been purified. It's a simple step, but it's a mighty shield against potential health problems. Remember, when you're quenching your thirst in India, for your health's sake, always stick to bottled or purified water. At number 6, never get offended by probing questions. In India, curiosity is a cultural trait. Questions about your life, your family, or your job might seem personal, but consider it a part of their welcoming nature. It's not intended to intrude, but to understand and connect with you better. So, when someone inquires about your hometown or your marital status, don't take offense. Rather, see it as an opportunity to engage in a lively conversation. Embrace the curiosity. It's part of the charm. Halfway through our list, at number 5, never expect punctuality. India is a place where time often takes a back seat to life's many colorful distractions. It's not unusual for appointments and schedules to shift like the sands of the Thar Desert. So, while you're there, let go of the rigid timeframes you're used to. Embrace the local rhythm and remember that sometimes the best experiences unfold in their own sweet time. In India, patience is more than just a virtue. It's a necessity. At number 4, never show affection in public. In India, cultural norms are quite conservative, and public displays of affection, often referred to as PDA, are generally frowned upon. This includes everything from holding hands to hugging and kissing. While these gestures might be commonplace in your home country, in India they are seen as private, intimate actions best kept behind closed doors. So when you're traveling in this vibrant country, remember to respect the local customs. When in India, keep the PDA to a minimum. Coming in at number 3, never point at someone with your feet. Feet bear a special significance in India's cultural context. Traditionally, they're seen as the lowest and dirtiest part of the body, so using them to point at someone is viewed as highly disrespectful. It's akin to saying that person is beneath you. This is a serious faux pas that can upset locals and create uncomfortable situations. So when you're in India, keep those feet on the ground. Remember, in India, feet have their place, and it's not for pointing. Almost at the top, at number 2, never ask for beef. Now you might wonder, why is beef a taboo in India? The answer lies in the country's rich cultural and religious heritage. A significant portion of India's population practices Hinduism, a religion where the cow is revered as a symbol of life and sustenance. For many Hindus, consuming beef is not just a dietary choice, but a matter of religious observance and respect for life. This doesn't mean you'll starve, far from it. Indian cuisine is a smorgasbord of flavors with countless vegetarian and non-beef meat options to tantalize your taste buds. From the fragrant biryanis to the tangy curries, you'll find a dish for every palate. So remember, when you're choosing your meals in India, it's best to respect these cultural norms. It's not just about food, it's about showing respect for the beliefs and traditions that make India so unique. Respect the cultural norms and steer clear of beef when you're in India. And finally, the most important rule of all, never go inside houses or temples with your shoes on. This is not just about cleanliness, but it's deeply intertwined with culture and religion in India. You see, shoes are considered impure in the Indian tradition, and not just because they're in constant contact with the ground and dirt. It's more about the symbolism. Removing shoes is a sign of leaving the material world outside and stepping into a pure spiritual space. It's about respect and reverence. So whether you're visiting someone's home or a grand temple, it's important to remember to remove your shoes. There are usually designated spaces for shoe storage, so don't worry about them being stolen. This simple act is a mark of respect for the Indian culture, their traditions, and their spaces. So the number one rule when visiting India, remember to take off your shoes before a home or temple. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel tips.